Hi friends, how are you? Welcome into the craft room, back into the craft room with me. My name is Susan. This is Revive DIY and Upcycles Designs. I am here to share a fun project idea with you again, and hopefully you caught my other video where I showed this wonderful technique. If you did not, it is available on my page or on my channel, and it stays up anytime. You can go look at it and see how we created this beauty. But I would like to show another technique using our wood cutouts. So these are actually our tree wood cutouts. They are no longer available as of December 31st. They may come back next Christmas, I don't know, or even sooner than that. I never know. But I know that they are on pause right now, so they're not available. But if you were fortunate to grab a set when we had a big promo sale going on all of our wood cutouts, really, I think it was all of them, then hopefully you grabbed a set and maybe you're wondering, what do I do with them? I did show a technique not using a transfer, not using necessarily our chalk paint, our chalk paste. I did use our chalk paste and turned it into a paint, but this example that I showed on that video was something that you could do whether or not you have a transfer or chalk paste. So hopefully you'll go back and check that. So it comes in a set of two. It comes with these adorable little star attachments. It is double-sided, like I said, so you have room to do two different projects on it. I have not done anything on this one yet. I'm not sure what I'll do. Maybe you can let me know in comments what you think I should do. Should I do something? Should I do the Christmas pattern on the back, or should I do something else just to kind of be more wintry? So let me know. I'm going to move the big one out of the way since we're already finished with that one, but I would love to show you what I'm going to do with our smaller version. So these come, like I said, in a pack of two, and all of our cutouts always come with a coordinating transfer. Again, this is not available right now, but I still want to show you because you may have grabbed them and not had a chance to do the project yet, just like me. So this is the cutout that comes with our trees, and it's called Tree Cutout Pattern. As you can see, any of our cutout patterns, transfers that you will get, they will always come with two different designs on them because all of the wood cutouts are double-sided. So we have two options for the large one and two options for the small one. I am just working with the small one, and today I am actually going to use this one because I wanted to do another winter theme project to go with my other tree that I just made so that I can fill in all those empty spaces from where I pulled down Christmas right. Now, if you had already done one in the Christmas theme, the cool thing about these types of products are that because they're double-sided, because you can do two holidays or seasons or two different looks on them, you're only using one piece of decor, and when that's over, flip it over instead of piling it all up, packing it all away like I'm doing right now. I wish I had found this stuff years ago. I wish I had found Chalk Couture years ago. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and have fun with this one today. So this is the pattern that I'm going to use. And as you can see, we even have transfers for the little stars on the top. So I'm going to use this star and I'm going to use this pattern on this cutout. Now, I did do a little something to prepare it because it's made out of wood. And like I said, it comes like this with that whitewash on it. It's this nice, thick, chunky wood. Excellent quality. I love all of our wood cutouts. What I did to prepare it, though, because it is wood, is I sanded it real lightly with a sanding block, which you can get just about anywhere. Or I say that at the department store, like hardware stores, and you can get it at Dollar Tree. You can get it at Target and Walmart, those kinds of places. But I went ahead and sanded it just lightly because I want a nice smooth surface since I'm using a transfer. And of course, wood is not smooth. It's not completely flat if it's real wood. So that just helps to smooth it out a little bit and get rid of some of the grooves. And then additionally, I always use surface wax. This is one from my shop, but you can use any type of surface wax. This will last you a long time. This container I just opened, and the other one I had for 1.5 years, or more than 1.5 years, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, about 1.5 years, maybe. Yeah, anyway. Doesn't matter. It lasts a long time, and it does have instructions on the back for how to use it. So I went ahead and prepared this with that. I just put a real light coat of wax on it, and then I buffed it off. So now my surface is all ready to be chalked. And the reason we do that is it protects the transfer, and it also makes the image show up better. So I've already prepared my transfer as well. I always put a little dot on the front because when when I'm done using this, I take this to the sink. These are reusable silkscreen transfers. They can be reused 8 to 12 times, depending on how well you take care of them. You wash them in the sink with cool water, and they are self-adhesive, you guys. They are sticky, so when you pull them off, you want them to be sticky, but once you, oh, I forgot to cut that one, sorry. Once you have washed them, the stickiness comes back. So, that's why we say 8 to 12 times, as long as you take good care of them. But always make sure you keep your chalk paste out of the silkscreen area. And we do not suggest that you use paint with these, because paint will clog up your silkscreen area and you will not get as good an image. All right, so if you ever, yeah, I do need to cut it though. If you ever have any questions about anything that I'm showing, or any technique I'm doing, anything like that I'm saying, please feel free to message me or even ask in comments. I love it when you guys comment. I check it even if it's after the fact. I always try to reply to all the comments. So please feel free to do that. I love crafting with you guys. That's why I come on here. And when you guys comment, it's just like I'm crafting with you. All right, so I missed a little spot apparently. Okay, there we go. All set. So I'm just going to take my transfer off there. And like I said, it's sticky. So that's why I put a mark on it. When I go to lay it down, I want to dry it with the sticky side up. And I always put it back on my glossy side. So I always mark my transfer. I'm just going to actually set that down there for a minute because we'll need it for the star. I don't need to do anything else. I'm not going to fuzz this. We normally would say fuzz it because it's sticky. But the part that is going on my wood cutout is so open. You see all that part you can see through? It's so open that I want to make sure I get, I don't need to fuzz it because we're not going to be touching the cutout very much. So it shouldn't be hard for me to take this off when I'm done. All right, guys. This will not take long at all. The longest part for me is always lining it up. Once I have it lined up, it doesn't take long at all. That wasn't too hard today. Let's see if I got it right. I might be speaking too soon. All right, yep, I am. Let me scooch it over a little tiny bit. I do have a light box, and a lot of times if you have a light box, it's helpful, but I usually just use the lights that I'm working with that I have on so that you guys can see what I'm doing. I usually use those as my helpers. But the light boxes are very convenient if you have one. I picked one up from the Dollar Tree in the $5 section, but do you think I've used it yet? No, it's sitting right here. All right, guys, once I have it placed where I want it, I want to make sure I press really firmly because I want no bubbles, I don't want any kind of air bubbles at all because then my chalk paste won't lay as nicely on my surface. A lot of times will take a squeegee. That's what this tool is called. It's a squeegee. We have a bunch of different sizes. This is actually considered a small squeegee. And I would push it across it because then you can hear the bubbles coming out. And like I said, this particular transfer has a lot of silkscreen area. So the color is going to be very vibrant on here. So just the area that you see that little teal, that's the area that the white's going to show through. Now on some of the other ones, like this one, it doesn't have quite as much. So it would be more of the white showing through and then whatever color you made that one. So, all right. Oh, thanks. Like I said, this is a big silkscreen area. So you want to make sure you get good contact with the part that is, oh, what do I do? That it is touching the wood surface. Hope you guys are having a great day. Be sure to say hi. Let me know where you're watching from, especially if you're new. I love finding out where people are watching from. All right. So I live in North Carolina. I'm about 15 miles outside of Raleigh. And sadly, we don't get very much snow. I mean, it was what we consider cold today. It was in the low 50s, but we don't get a lot of snow. So I have to sprinkle snowflakes wherever I can to encourage it to come, or to, you know, just to kind of pretend. I mean, last week it felt like spring. Now it's cold. The end of the week it's going to feel like spring again. I never know. It goes up and down, up and down. Anyway, now here's the fun part. At this point, you can make this whatever color you want for how you're decorating or what your color scheme is in your home. Now, obviously, we're working with snowflakes, so you might want to stick with blues and silvers or whites or whatever. It depends on how you decorate. Now, if you decorate with other colors, maybe you use purple, maybe use a blush color for, that would be so pretty for, you know, think of a winter sky. It always has a hint of like pink or peach, like when the sun is setting. I'm saying that because I'm looking out and I see the sun setting. But, you know, you can do it any color you want at this point. It doesn't have to be a traditional color of winter, right? That project that I did earlier, I used 2 different color blues, and then I went over it with a shimmer Mod Podge just to give it a sparkle. Now, I do have shimmer colors and blues, but I didn't want to do that for that particular project. I wanted to show you how to do it with the Mod Podge. So with this one, what I think I'm going to do, I have 2 colors out. I have my shimmer silver. Let's see if you can see it. I turned the ring light off because I thought that might help, because I have my glasses on and there's always a glare. But I have my shimmer silver, and then I have, I don't know if you follow me at all, you were here when I did this. I had a little bit of shimmer frost left, and I added some blue to it to make a light shimmery blue. So I have those 2 colors, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to do, because one of them, I'm going to use the star. I'm going to do the star in one color, and then I'm going to do the snowflake in the other. I'm really leaning towards using this on the whole thing. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's see. I'm going to stir this and just make sure that it's, yeah, it's good. I think it is. I'm going to add a little bit more water. So if you have jar chalk paste, it's just wet chalk is what it is, you guys. This happens to be a shimmer. And what that means is it's got something in it to make it kind of shine and shimmer. It's not exactly glitter. It's definitely less messy than glitter. And I am a shimmer gal. I love the shimmers. So if it feels like it's getting thick, because it should be easy to stir, it has to be a certain consistency, which is how most chalk pastes come. But because I've had this so long, and I've down to the very end, sometimes it dries out a little bit, or if it's been a long time since you've used it, then you might need to add a little bit of water to it. And if you have a jar, you always add only distilled water so that you don't get any bacteria growing in there. And if you follow me and you hear that and that's redundant, I apologize. But I am one of those people that I like to tell you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. That's how I function. I like to know why things are done. So when I do it, I like to tell you. That way you can know for your own self. All right, guys. So that feels much better to me. And I am just going to take this and I'm just going to smear it right on here. Not sure how much we're going to need, but I can put it right back in when I'm done. So just gonna, and the whole reason why my chalk gets this way is because of this right here around the edges. Do you see? I'm not good about cleaning my jars. And then it dries on the sides. So I try to get it back in there and then reconstitute it, because I use every drop that I can. Okay, so now I've just put that directly on there. I'm going to use my squeegee, and I am going to take the paste, the chalk paste, with, like I said, it's just wet chalk, you guys. And I am going to, because it's got such a big silk screen area, a big open area, I'm going to try to keep working in one direction. And I just kind of got my hand on this just to be sure, since there's not a lot of area sticking to my surface. But I'm just going to smear it on, you guys. If you can butter toast or smear a bagel, this is what I say. I don't even say frosted cake, because in my opinion, frosting a cake takes more effort than this. So if you've never tried any crafting, you should try this. I even have a link that I will include that will show you that you can even get a sample for under $5 and try this for yourself, because I'm telling you, this is the kind of thing that until you get it in your hands and you try it, oh, I love this color, y'all. Until you get it in your hands and you try it, you won't believe how easy it is. And even if you're not creative, you can look like you're creative by using these products. And like I said, this one is not available any longer right now. This is I'm doing this video in January of 2023. This one's, in case you catch this later, but it's not available right now, but we have many others that are. All right, guys. As a matter of fact, we just had a fresh launch last week, and we have several new items. All right, see, that's how easy it is. Now, do you see all that extra? Well, let's see. There we go. The sun has gone down while I was doing this, and now I've got too many shadows. All right. So I just put that all right back in my jar. That's all I have to do. All right, I'm gonna set that aside. And then here's the fun part, guys. Do you see how quick that was? Look, it's completely covered. We're gonna do the fun part. It's called peel and reveal. Now watch. Look at that, guys. Is that not beautiful? Does that not make you feel like winter? Doesn't that feel like winter to you? I think it's beautiful. Okay, so that is gonna dry in about 6 or 7 minutes because I used the shimmer. And I am just gonna spray this with some water until I can take it to the sink and wash it. We do suggest that you wash them after you finish with your project. Let your project dry, go wash your transfer, come back, and then your project should be dry. And then you can let them air dry, your transfer air dry, and then put it back on your backer sheet. I still have a little bit of my blue left. Okay, now for this one, it's gonna be a little more challenging because it's so little. I did one earlier and it was a little tough. Just because it's so small. I'm just gonna sand it just a little bit. That's that sanding block I was telling you guys about. I don't need to wax it because it's so small. I just smoothed it out. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this little tiny transfer off, and then this one may be a little more challenging. Let's see. I may have to, let's see, may have to, I actually sanded that, and now I'm using the other side instead because I got down to the wood. Okay, so I'm definitely going to need to use my light. Let's see here to get this lined up. Yikes, that's nowhere close. This is the longest part of the process. There we go. Oh goodness, come on. I'm telling you guys, every time I get it fixed in one spot, it turns. It's like it's another. And I don't think there's like a star is completely shaped the same. So it's not like it's a right side and a wrong side, or, wow, that is so crazy how much I'm messing it up. I don't think there's a top, bottom, or anything. I think you just have to decide on it and then go with it. Okay, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. I told you this would be the longest part of the process. I think I'm better off just to do it like this and then say close enough. Tweak it the tiniest bit. Wow, I cannot believe how long this has taken me. Woo! My other project, the rest of my project's going to be dry by the time I get it done. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, and I'm going to use the silver for this. And it's going to take hardly any, guys. Luckily, I've ordered another silver and I have another shimmer frost. So these are some of my favorites. leave that open in case. And I'm just going to grab my little detail tool. Do you see that? It's got a nice, that's not a detail tool. That's a multi-purpose tool. Sorry. Because it's so small, just to apply the chalk paste, since I don't need to do a big area. And any extra, like I said, any extra, you just put it right back in the jar. So a little goes a long way. You just need a little thin layer. Tell me what color you would do your tree in. I'd love to know, guys. We have darker blues. We have lighter blues in that. I've kind of created a, it's almost a, I don't know. It's a very nice light blue. It's almost a Carolina blue. Sorry, guys. We're Carolina fans. Because I live in North Carolina, we're Carolina fans. All right. These are hard with these little guys. You ready? Almost done. So there. Can you see the little pattern that it puts on that? There you go. Now, if you don't like that one, you could use the other one. The other one is like that kind of star. So whichever one you like best. I just decided that was the one I wanted to try. Okay, so that's going to dry to the touch, like I said, in about 5 minutes. I'm going to speed it up real quick. Make sure you do not use a hairdryer on or around your transfers, because it can melt your transfers. Usually I use an air dryer, but since I'm just drying these actual surfaces, I want to finish it so I can show you what it looks like with the star on it. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Be sure to tag a friend. And let me know, have you gotten any snow where you live? And if you do have more than you want, can you please send some our way? We don't mind a little bit of snow. It will stop everything because we do not equip with it. And where we live, our snow is generally very wet. So it's either icy or it's just very wet. And we don't have the, equipment to deal with a lot of snow. So it doesn't take much to stop everything. But I don't mind a snow day. Or two. Last year, I think we had one, and it didn't even stay around the entire day. So, I have a grandson that lives with me. He's 5, almost 6. I'll have some snow. Of course, I'm like that anyway. I'm a kid. I'd rather have snow. I'm not popular with a lot of my friends, but I love snow. Okay, let's see if this is dry, guys. Hopefully, I got it dry. All right, that's it. So, this guy just goes right up in here. Slides right down. And again, it's double-sided. So look, we have this whole side open that we could do whatever we wanted. We could just paint that a color. If you didn't get the transfer and you wanted to do something else, you could just paint it. Or if you don't like the Christmas side, just paint it whatever color you want. You could even just put that iridescent Mod Podge on it just to make it sparkly on the other side if you wanted. And then here is our finished project. Look how that transfer gave that star dimension. Isn't that cool? All right, guys, sorry for the shadows. I know it's not the greatest lighting tonight. I didn't choose the greatest lighting, but I hope you like that project idea, and I hope you'll come back and join me next time. I love sharing these things with you guys, and this is going to look super cute on my shelves. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Until I see you next time, be safe, be healthy, and be blessed. Bye, guys.